Well, good morning to all of you out there in YouTube land. Sad day, 9/11, for Americans and for people abroad that saw the horror that was portrayed on the television and internet. I was raised, first of all, my birthday lands on the day that JFK was assassinated. And I was raised with the thought of always question authority. Always question until you can verify. And don't just take their word for it. Okay? They work for you, not the other way around. And I grew up in the time where there was JFK, Bobby, Martin Luther King, and so forth. 60s, Vietnam, all kinds of things going on. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, if you will. I am a person also that wants the facts. Okay, I want to see for myself because I don't trust people. Okay. I don't trust just because you say so, and I know television is there to manipulate, to formulate your minds and your thinking, and it has been used by government. I know this for a fact, that people have been brought in from Hollywood to help government shape and to help the population come to the understanding of what government wants them to think. Okay? All right. On this day, 17 years ago, I heard Juliana scream at me to come to the living room. Something was going on the television. And the first plane hit the building, okay? And I said, well, it's just a movie. What's the matter? It's what? And she goes, no, this is really going on. I'm like, what idiot would hit the building? Right? And so I, right away, skeptical, okay? And there's nothing wrong with being skeptical, right? There doesn't mean you're not an American if you're skeptical and you want to know what's going on, you want to have the facts. Because whatever they show on television isn't necessarily what it's all about, okay? Then the next thing I see is this, what looks like a missile going right into the Pentagon. But they're saying, no, it's a plane, And I'm sorry, I never saw a plane. I never saw a plane in that so-called divot in the ground, which was loaded with trash and burnt and, stuff. There was no plane, okay? There was no plane. Now, to me, it just did not make sense. There's too many unanswered questions that just, it doesn't add up. Not just the two buildings, but also Tower 7. Hello, where the gold was on the bottom of the building, there was a lot of gold. Sure. There's just too many questions going on these past 17 years. It just gets worse and worse. How does a building free fall, that fat? No. There was a smell that, that permeated, that, people became ill, okay? There's just so many questions, even New Yorkers. What the New Yorkers experienced and saw and heard is nothing like what they showed on television, okay? No. And what they saw was horrific, okay? People jumping out of buildings. Whatever they did to those buildings to prep them to react the way that they did. Just horrible, okay? Thermite, whatever you want to call it. And, the government, the people that, every 9/11, they keep, reinforcing it was 2 planes that hit the building, the towers, You got other people who are conspiracy theory, who are truthers, who are, I just want the facts. I want to be able to hear all of the facts and then find out how those things happen, okay? You have physicists, you have metallurgists, you have people who are construction engineers who all, say that this is impossible what could have happened, okay? There have been, the planes, the fuel from the planes melted the steel, and then that's why it fell down. I'm like, look, I've got some cells in my brains that are still working. Okay, I've got 2 eyeballs. Come on, really? There's just too many questions going on. The people who went out to the field, where Flight 93, supposedly, the heroes that said, let's roll. So you're saying, okay, so Margie, what happened to them? I don't know what happened to them. Okay, I don't know what happened to who happened to who. Well, what happened to the people on the planes? Where did they go? Well, you look at Flight M370. Okay, there were some YouTubers out there who were looking into that. You have people who have studied planes and who know, how Boeings are made, and who know transponders and black boxes and how things work, and the intricacies of the engineering that happens and goes into making a 737 or whatever plane, right? So there were calls made, okay? Well, excuse me, but you can't make certain calls, at certain elevations. And they didn't have, look, and then if you understand about Earth itself, and satellites and non-existent, satellites, and you understand about NASA, never a straight answer organization, okay? And you question things, and you know in your gut things are not right and not correct and not true. And so you look into it because you are skeptical, and there's nothing wrong with being skeptical. It doesn't mean that you're not a patriot, you're not an American. No, you are. Americans are known for questioning, okay? Especially my generation. Question everything. Why are they doing this? Why did the CIA create AIDS, okay? Why did this happen? Okay? Was it a mistake? Did it get out of hand? What, I'm going off the topic here. True, but question everything. Don't just take it for granted. Well, those are just condensation trails. No, they're not. Condensation trails last for only a few minutes. They don't linger and stay there all day long, okay? That's not condensation trails. That's geoengineering, aluminum, barium, strontium, titanium, blood cells, and God only knows what else they put up there. Okay? Question everything. Don't just take it for granted because it's shown on the television. And turn off your television. Look at alternative, news, alternative, get involved in organizations. Find out what's going on. Find out why your city's doing certain things that, were never done before. Why are they putting up buildings with stores underneath and you buy the apartment above? Why are we doing that? We've got plenty of land. We don't need to have buildings like that look like, mini downtown New York up the street from me that they're building. Why are they putting all kinds of, 5G that is not healthy for you? Okay? Everywhere, every 3 feet. Why are they doing that? Question. Get involved. Get involved civically. Get involved with your city, your council. Find out what's going on in real estate. Why are they putting all of these restrictions on real estate? That you can't, why are these fires happening? Why can't they get them out? Why? When they were able to before, why are all these fires happening spontaneously? Up in Reading and off of the I-5. What made that truck go up in flames? Okay? Don't just sit back and say, well, there's nothing I can do. Yes, there is. You can start by asking questions. Be skeptical. Get to the bottom of it and find out what's going on. Don't just let it happen because you've got work to do and you've got a family to raise, and I know you're really busy, but you can find time. Get off the TV and off your duff and do some research. Find out what's going on so you can help your fellow man, and at the same time help yourself. My heart, my prayers go out to the families that lost today and who found themselves in denial and not believing that their loved one just left and never came back. That there was not a reason for that to happen. It wasn't an accident, okay? It wasn't something that just happened. This was something that was planned. This was man-made. And it always comes back to that fact that man makes it worse. That man is the one that perpetrates against other mankind. It really makes me sad that we've allowed this to happen and we don't have some sort of committee, some sort of perpetual international commission that is getting to the bottom of this. And I think that is what is needed, is to have an international tribunal type, judges, neutral people who are wanting to get to the bottom of really what happened. Because 17 years and we still don't have, I have more questions now than I did on that day. I have more questions. And I know I'm not the only one. There are many of us out there who feel this way. You're not the only one that feels like I do. I'm not putting my head in the sand. I want to know what happened. And I want to know the facts and the truth. My heart and prayer go out to you.